Lots of issues. This was not a new machine. Dad was thrifty. This thing constantly had issues. I checked the oil. It was full and clean. I checked the fuel. Full. The air cleaner. Clean. Spark plug. Clean. With the proper gapping. I pulled the cord again while holding the spark cable. Definitely had a spark. The kill switch cable to the handle grip, snug but not too snug, and the handle was in working order. This thing always had issues. I knew it in and out. It would not start. I tinkered with this machine for 3.5 hours. I asked my grandpa what it might be. He didn't know either. I tried spraying starting fluid. It would sputter until the mist of pure ethanol and heptane would burn up in the combustion chamber. I didn't know what to do, so I played with my dog. What else was there to do? There was nothing within my knowledge and power to get this machine working to mow the yard. Mom pulls up, and I see the anger in her eyes when the realization of what had not been completed registers in her tired mind. She loses her temper, and the words start flying. I'm grabbed by the ear and dragged into the house as she continues to yell at me and tells me how worthless I can be for help around the house, how I never get anything done, how I all I do is cause her problems, how my dog is a nuisance to her because she barks, how my stuff is always in the way. I zoned out. I don't know for how long. She slaps me hard. So hard, I instantly feel the flesh covering the left side of my face, head, and ear ignite in pain from the rush of blood to the surface of the skin. Did you hear me? Get out there and finish the mowing, she screams. I rushed out the door and down the concrete steps as I heard the door slam and the lock click into place. It was in the afternoon, somewhere between noon and 2, I would say. I was outside, sitting on the bottom step in the shade, holding my dog, staring at the mower, wondering what I did wrong to break it, why it wasn't working for me. I started tinkering with it again and tried to pull it. Nothing. I pull again. Still nothing. I don't know how long I sat there and tinkered and played with the mower. Don't touch it. Get in the car. She yells from the door as she comes out of the house. I don't need you breaking anything else. I walked towards the car, toward the passenger front where I would usually sit when none of my siblings were with us, like to the council or scouts or young men's meetings. Get in the back, she stated. I get in, close the door gently, and strap my seatbelt on. She gets in, sets her large purse on the passenger seat, rummages through it for the keys, then starts the car. We drive. Where are we going? I ask. Silence. Mom, where are we going? I repeat. Silence. I wait a bit. I don't want to sound too repetitive. Mom, you'll find out when we get there, she responds finally. Fear isn't really a good word to describe how I felt. Confusion doesn't work either. Pain? No. Sorrow? No. Guilt. That's it. I disassociate. I have this entire conversation thought process from above myself, where I was sitting on the cream upholstery of the forest green Ford Contour midsize sedan. Yes, that was it. This was my fault. I couldn't start the mower, so I was going to be punished. But what kind of punishment takes you away from home? I mean, usually when we left home, it was for a reward, not for punishment. So where were we going? The car stops. I came back into consciousness and became aware of the world outside of the window I was blankly staring out of. We were in front of my grandma's house, my dad's mom. I follow the hint and get out of the car and walk behind mom up to the door. As we step down the concrete staircase from the shoulder of the road into my grandma's pristinely landscaped yard, I see movement in the large bay windows to the left of the rock framed front door. I make eye contact with Grandma. I see her eyes smile, then fill with worry as she glances towards my mother. The front door opens, and Grandma is there with a smile. She starts to greet us and is interrupted. Where's his dad? My mom blurts out in anger. He's at work. Can I help you with anything? Grandma responded with that cool, calm, soothing voice only grandmas have when something is wrong. Mom turns and starts back up the walk to the stairs and the car. Grandma looks at me and asks what's going on. I couldn't get the lawnmower to start, and she got mad. It was all I knew what to say. Let's go, my mom yells as she opens her car door. I run to the car and jump in the back seat. Before I'd closed the door, she hit her foot on the accelerator and was headed back onto the road. I look back as I pull on the door and reach for my seatbelt. Grandma is looking out from behind her storm door with a panicked look on her face. I watched the terrain of the valley I grew up in pass by outside of the back window I sat next to. We drove another 25 minutes to my dad's work. As we pulled up to the large, preformed concrete building, I still had no idea what was, or had been, happening. She pulls up and parks in the closest handicap spot near the building. "Let's go," she said. I follow. We open the large mirrored double doors and step into a cool, plainly decorated waiting room and up to a man at the reception desk. "Paige's dad up here," she says to him. We sat down. This was a massive building. It could take a few minutes, but sooner than expected, I hear a door behind the desk open. I look up to my dad's face coming around the corner. He makes eye contact with me and smiles that dorky smile he had when trying to make the situation better. Then he looked at my mom as she stood up, marched towards the door, and without missing a beat or looking back, stated very loud and clear, "You can have him. I don't want him anymore." I still don't know how I felt for the rest of that day. I'm empty with emotion still 26 years later. Every time I think about it, I try to go back inside that moment as she was walking out the tinted glass door into the sun of that beautiful Saturday afternoon and capture the emotion inside my soul. But I can't. Not that I can't still feel it, but that there isn't a way to describe it. It's like I wasn't there, but I was.